Dr. Aoife Khan, who is a familiar professor here at the university. He's been here a number of years, and she teaches in international business and strategy. And she's going to give a talk today on international relations and its impact on modern development. So I think you'll enjoy it. There will be opportunity to ask questions. So it's wonderful. So round of applause. Welcome our guest.
International relations is a very broad topic, right? So many things come in the fold of international relations. So I will just discuss a little bit of background so that you should know that what was international relations 100 years ago, for example, right? And then I will bring you forward to where we are now. So I will start international relations. Okay, I'll take you back last century and the initial part of the last century and the middle part of the last century when two big world wars has taken place. Everybody knows about First World War and Second World War, right? So it was the First World War started in 1914 and ending in 1918, right? First World War. And you know what was the biggest players, the superpowers at that time? Japan, Britain, and Italy. We don't consider them superpowers now, right? Who are the superpowers now? We talk about China, we talk about America, we talk about Russia, etc. So after the First World War, which is ending in 1980, people were very disappointed, very sad, because a lot of loss of life and huge disasters. And they decided that we should create an organization that should be able to resolve issues among countries, because wars, why wars happen? Because there's discord, discontentment, difference of issues, and war will start. So as a result, League of Nations emerging on the scale of international fabric, right? League of Nations. Now, League of Nations started in 1920 up till 1946. Now the question is, if after First World War, the League of Nations is starting, then what about the Second World War? Because Second World War is starting in 1939 and ending in 1945, which means that League of Nations couldn't do anything stopping the war, right? League of Nations could not help stopping the governments in the world that please don't war, it's bad, it's sad, it's destruction of life and resources. No, it could not. By the way, good question. Do you think that any organization in the world can stop the countries fighting with each other? No, right? What we are encountering right now is an extremely sad situation. No matter it's happening in Middle East or it's happening in Eastern Europe, right? It cannot stop. So after Second World War was a bigger disaster, way bigger disaster than First World War. And what happened in Second World War, you may know that at use of atom bomb bombardment on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Japan was completely ruined, and America is sending aid to Japan under Marshall plans to rebuild Japan, right? So people were scarred that what happened and why did it happen. So after that, they said League of Nations was failed. Now let's start another organization. What was another organization? UN, United Nations Organization, right? So in 1945, United Nations Organization is emerging. Everybody gets to know this United Nations Organization, a huge organization. Guys, one interesting thing I just would like to bring to your notice is United Nations Organizations was built to take political matters, resolving political matters. It could do that. United Nations was smart enough knowing, but League of Nations didn't know that it's not enough controlling the governments and stopping them from war. So what United Nations did, guys, If you see United Nations, if you go Google United Nations and you go into details, you'll be surprised to find out that only organizations, political organizations under United Nations is NATO. What is NATO? North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is America, Canada, and European country, where they believe, they decided that they will protect themselves in case of any assault, any attack, any invasion, right? But United Nations have hundreds of other organizations working under United Nations. What are these organizations then? They are not political organizations. These are the organizations, those who are working for human welfare. They are organizations, those who care about animal rights, human rights, develop more agricultural lands, saving planets, multiple. So what are the name of these organizations, guys? Everybody knows World Bank. Everybody knows IMF, International Monetary Fund, right? Everybody knows UNESCO. What is UNESCO? United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, right? Then we have World Trade Organization. We have International Labour Organization. Do you see anything political about these organizations? No, right? So means that United Nations and the people, those who are sitting in United Nations, they understood that instead of focusing on resolving the political disputes among nations, which is almost impossible, we should focus on developing developing a platform that should be working actively for human development, for the welfare of human beings, for the people, those who are living in this planet, right? So what all this brings, no matter it's World Trade Organizations or IMF or World Bank, they are helping other countries in order to give economic and financial use to these countries. So is it clear now? So means that the world, the modern day world, is shifting from those political issues, political discord, to economic and financial development, to make people's life better in the world instead of putting them under the fabric of war, right, which is extremely sad. So you see that United Nations diplomatic and political international organizations whose stated purposes are to maintain international peace. Yes, international peace is not possible. However, developing friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and serve as center for harmonizing the actions of nations. Let me take you to the second slide. Now, what is the contemporary field of international relations? What I just want to draw your attention, everybody, here is that in the past, when the League of Nations was there, people, countries, leadership thought that the relations among nations is confined into the political world. Who is the Prime Minister? Who is the Foreign Minister? How they are managing the matters of state? No, but in modern day world, what is the contemporary field? How people are living in these countries. What is their lifestyle? What their demands and wants are. How we can make their lives, their standard of living better in every country, everywhere in the world. So this is a shift that is taking place, and this shift is taking place very fastly. Now, when I talk about contemporary field of international relations, traditionally international relations focus primarily on state-to-state relations, but today the field focuses as well on other actors such as intergovernmental organizations, non-governmental organizations, multinational organizations, and even individuals. So everybody understand what means intergovernmental, what does it mean, intergovernmental organizations? When I'm talking about NATO, it's intergovernmental. When we are talking about European Union, intergovernmental organizations, right? And we are talking about non-government, what are the non-governmental organizations? NGOs, right? NGOs are not political. NGOs are there and for different kind of reasons, for different kind of purposes, maybe for human rights, for creating a green world, animal rights, multiple rights, right? So NGOs are non-profit organizations, non-government organizations. Multinational corporations, everybody knows what multinational corporations, right? So what products you are using right now, this phone, this computer, everything is the outcome is coming to you from multinational, some sort of multinational organization. And what about individuals, everybody? Individuals. Here we are talking about big organizations, but we are talking about individuals. The reason I have put individuals here, because there are many individuals in the world, those who have created huge impact on everybody. Those are sitting here, everybody who is driving cars on the Tinton, and those who are sitting or standing in the open area. Who are those individuals? Anybody? Okay. I'm not talking about again political work. I don't want to take you back to political work. Political world exists, political world will do what political world is doing. I'm talking about individuals like, we talk about Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk has created impact throughout the world. Do you agree or not? Twitter, everybody is using. Tesla car is multinational. You know, it has been introduced in all countries, right? What about Steve Jobs, guys? He has created impact throughout the world, right? Everybody has phone, iPhone, computers. All these computers, if you're traveling to other countries, you know that people are using all these devices and other gadgets that Apple has introduced, right? What about Bill Gates? Bill Gates have developed operating system. That operating system has been borrowed by other major organizations and people are using it, right? Okay, let's go out of America. Let's talk Jack Ma, Alibaba Group, huge group of industries, and he has created multiple businesses in China, right? So huge impact. So then what about Tata Industries of India, right? We talk about Indra Nooyi, PepsiCo CEO, great leaders, right? They have created huge impact upon their followers, the users, those who are using their products, right? So that's why I have put individual here. Now let me go further. Okay. Now, international political aspects of international relations. I'm taking you back. Sorry again about political aspect of it. Now, there are like interaction among sovereign states. When we are talking about political aspects of international relations, again, everybody, political aspects mean that how countries are developing relations with other countries are political relations, right? To defend themselves. European Union is majorly economic union. They call it European Economic Union, but it's political union as well, because countries have decided to protect themselves against any invasion or any insurgency that will take place against them. As a matter of fact, I updated my PowerPoint and can you stop it? Let me pull up my